Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I am extremely excited to be here to talk about the topic in which we are going to get into. Babe, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know it's been a pretty chill day. Just got done with my statistics exam. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know I posted it. I passed it.
Let's
Passing
go.
the class, done with it. Moving on to statistics 2. I am ready to just put this class behind me. Honestly, did it to myself though. It's not that I didn't understand the content. It's literally that I would wait last minute for the homework assignments, and that's how my grade got to where it's at. So,
No, I get that. That's how
little
I am with algebra.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty stinky. But next semester, I know I just got to be more diligent in how I approach statistics and its workload, and just be sure to be on top of it.
You're going to do great. All right. You got through statistics 1. You're just going up from here, honestly.
Yep. But today's drink of choice is a Topo Chico twist of lime.
Ooh.
Natural flavoring in the plastic bottle, so not the glass. And so it's going to be a twist top. We're going to do it in the mic, just like last time. We're going to get coffee, but we were like, you know what? It's pretty late because as of the recording of this episode, it's 10:30 p.m. And so, like, do we really need coffee? We had In-N-Out today. And In-N-Out and coffee, I have learned, does not mix well.
That's so funny because you literally wanted it once we exited In-N-Out.
Yeah.
You're like, it sounds so good right now.
Yeah,
And I was like, what? And you're like, ice cream. And I was like, ice cream. And you're like, what else sounds good right now? And I was like, what? And you're like, coffee.
Coffee always sounds good.
And I told you, I was like, your stomach is gonna hurt. And you were
Yeah.
like, nah.
No, it's good that we didn't get it. But yeah, before we get any further, let's go ahead and twist the caps off.
Okay, are we doing it at the same time though?
Nah, you can do yours first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wait, I want to try something.
Okay.
I'm gonna tap the bottle.
Okay.
I don't know. I just wanted to do it. I want to see what it sounds like. Yeah. Man, it's not a glass, so it doesn't like sound the same.
I mean, it's still kind of a little ASMR there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna open it now.
Okay, go ahead. That was crazy. Oh.
She still won't come off. Okay.
Nice. Sorry, all right. I'm gonna go now. All right.
No, that sounded so good.
It wasn't bad. It was all right.
Man, we need to start recording like video.
Uh,
Cause that looks so cool. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, video. It's in the works. But yeah. So, what's the topic today, babe?
Today, our topic is a fitness update. As y'all know, if y'all have listened to previous episodes, we let an episode out. I think it was called The Crunch Life.
Yes.
And so it's kind of an update of that and how we're doing at the gym. And then overall, just like fitness, wellness.
Yeah, essentially, kind of like what we've been doing, and a lot of what we've changed from that episode of The Crunch Life. There has been a lot of major developments, honestly, and all good developments.
Yes.
I know in The Crunch Life we mentioned obviously switching from going to the YMCA to now going to Crunch Fitness, and that alone was a pretty big change and a pretty big motivator, honestly, because the music in Crunch honestly isn't bad, so I'm always hype when I'm there.
Recently they've been changing it. And for a few months, or since we've been going, they've had like the same playlist.
Yeah.
I mean, like all good songs, interesting. But now they're like, who did they have yesterday? It was,
I don't know.
I think it was Rihanna.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, the Umbrella song, I think. No, that might have been at the Rec. That's where I work.
I thought I heard. I thought I heard her.
Yeah. Um, honestly, the songs are pretty fire. Like they're not like, some are what I would have in my own workout playlist and some aren't, but it's definitely enough that like I don't bring my headphones and I'm perfectly fine with that, just listening to what's going on at Crunch. And so that alone has been a huge motivator. And we've been extremely consistent going to the gym compared to previous years of us going to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, you know, senior year we were pretty consistent,
We were, but
but
we
at
were,
the end,
our diet wasn't really on
oh
point,
yeah, yeah.
and we weren't getting a lot of sleep because we were so busy. So even though we
Mm-hmm.
were consistent going to the gym, we didn't have everything else in lock. So I don't think we were seeing the results that we really wanted to be seeing.
We definitely were not.
We were sleep
Um,
deprived,
yes,
just not letting our bodies rest.
that's so crazy. Like, how do we go from getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep maximum every night to like having to have 8 hours or more?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Honestly, every night I'd be getting 8, honestly close to 9 plus hours of sleep. The only day that I don't is the day that I have an opening shift. I have to be there by 5:45, and it's a 30-minute drive for me, or on average. In the mornings though, it's pretty dead, so I can get there in like 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wake up as if there might be traffic. Like there's going to be traffic at 5 a.m. But I wake up at 4:45 in the morning, and I usually go to bed late because I would do homework late. So that, again, that was my own doing, or I would be hanging out. And so I'd end up going to bed at midnight or like 1 in the morning and only get like 2.5, maybe 3 hours of sleep. So
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays were always so rough for me, this entire semester. But yeah, no, school's done now. So, or just about, it's wrapping up.
Yeah,
So
I think I have a week.
yeah.
Those are my finals though. Like I'm already. It was this week and the next week.
Yeah. And I guess so that way everybody's kind of like following the timeline of this. So we're recording this episode prior to the recording of our end of semester episode. So if we're mentioning all this stuff, this one's not coming out till the one before this one.
Yeah, should we just tell them like the day? Like
Uh yeah.
it's May 5th.
It's May 5th. The recording of the episode, it's
I
May
was like,
5th.
because that was a little confusing for me. I was like, wait.
Yeah. So basically we're recording this one May 5th. We're not going to record the one that is going to be episode 37, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because we set out 36.
Yeah.
We're kind of recording a little out of order.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't fully finished the semester yet, but we wanted to get a recording in this week.
Yeah. So this episode's going to be 38. Y'all will all see that. But 37 is not getting recorded till after this one. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to clarify that because I'm as we were talking about this, I was like, I feel like they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Like
You just said school ended last week or
I
2 weeks
know.
ago.
Yeah. Like what's going on with that? But no, yeah, to circle back to Crunch. And
Honestly, great thing on our part. I'm so glad that we switched gyms.
yeah, me too. It's been really nice, and it's cheap too, which is honestly one of the better things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was a big part of like choosing where to go to, because Gold's Gym and like LA Fitness and all that
I
were like,
think my friend said they're all 30.
yeah, they're like $24.99 or yeah, like $30 a month. And that's like the basic one. So it was just not in the cards. And the Y is pretty cheap too. I think they're like 12 or 13 a month
Yeah,
for
because
college students.
yeah, you get a college discount.
Yeah, but obviously we were trying to leave the Y, so that wasn't an option. Um, but yeah, I don't want to talk too much about like that because we covered that in the Crunch Life episode.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess to get into the changes that we've been incorporating now, we kind of realized that we were at a stalemate. Like we really hit a wall in our workouts, because we weren't really pushing ourselves as much as we could have. We were doing the same workouts every time, which is what you want to do, right? You want to
Mm-hmm.
progressively overload and try and get stronger. But we weren't doing that. We were doing the same thing every week, right? And so
Yeah.
we got really good at that same thing that we were doing every week. And so we stopped seeing progress because we weren't adding more weight. and we weren't keeping track of how much weight we were doing. So essentially we'd be doing either less or the same amount of weight that we were doing that last week.
Yeah, it honestly felt like we were just going through the motions.
At that point, yeah. And so even though we had switched to crunch and everything was going great and we were going to the gym actively every single day, or at least 5 days out of the week, it started to kind of feel a little mundane, like we needed to switch something. And I think the catalyst to really enforce that was not only like me working at the UTSA Recreation Center, which if you're there, stop by, say hi. um, but also like talking to my coworkers there and seeing like what their workout routines are and what their recommendations. And then us going to the beach, I'm like kind of in that mindset of like, damn, like we're about to go to the beach in June. And, we really started to pick things up last month. So I was like, we got kind of like a 2-month time window to just, really get our bodies in check. I'm not saying we need to be shredded by June because that can't happen in 2 months.
No.
But, essentially get our bodies to a different place than we were. And I've already been seeing results, honestly. Like for what I'm trying, my goal was to lose the love handles because those have been there probably since senior year, because that's when I really started to kind of like stop focusing on what I was eating as much. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing to like let loose, but I was definitely taking in a lot more junk food than I was like sophomore and junior year. And so obviously because of that, like, my body couldn't process all of that.
Yeah.
And it, turned it into fat. And where did it go? Fucking sides, man. the love handles. And, so that's been the goal. And they've been going down little by little. And I've been seeing it. And, it's a grind, but I'm happy to be here. Took a little drink there. What's up?
Oh no, sorry. I just got like super sleepy.
Oh
For like
my
a
goodness.
second. Sorry, it's like 10:40 right now.
Yeah.
So I just got tired.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I've been definitely seeing like an improvement. Not like an improvement, but like
Yeah.
for what you're working towards. Like I can see your goals coming in.
Thank you. And then obviously there's like overall like physique goals that I'm working towards, like a bigger upper back and chest, and then arms and such, and especially legs. I've been taking leg day really seriously, I feel like.
I know. When we first started working out together senior
Yeah.
year, it was like, oh my God, all you wanted to do was upper body. And I was like, I want to work on my lower body.
Yeah.
We just had completely different goals.
Yeah.
And we weren't like fully giving each of them a good amount of time throughout the week. So I just thought, like, what a change.
Yeah, I don't know, I really enjoy leg day now. Well, not to say that like I look forward to it, because I'm looking forward to the progress that's gonna come out of it, but the actual workouts themselves, like they are pretty painful, like during the time, and like a good painful, like you got to know the difference, right, between like this isn't supposed to be happening and then it's just my muscles,
I'm
really
getting tired.
really going through it, for the workout. And we really have been pushing ourselves, honestly. And I guess to kind of get into like, what are we doing differently now? Like I mentioned before, like we weren't really pushing ourselves as much as I think we could have. And so now what we're doing is it's the same like upper body and lower body split. Like it's every other day that we would do something. But now what we're trying to incorporate is it'll be Monday upper body, Tuesday lower body, and then Wednesday is going to be essentially a rest day. We have it as we'll just show up, do like abs and cardio for a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Just something to get the body moving, but it's essentially a rest day to let our bodies recuperate. And then we're going to come back in Thursday upper body and then Friday lower body. And then the weekend is both of those days are rest days. And obviously like we can do stuff, like go hiking or whatever. Sometimes I feel like going for a run, but we're not putting our body through these intense weight trainings that we do during the week.
Yeah, and I definitely want to like do something on the weekend still, because I think my schedule might change a little bit. Currently I work full like 8-hour shifts Saturday and Sunday, so we don't really have time to like go in the morning because it'll be kind of rushed. But I definitely like want to go on more hikes and stuff since it's getting, sunny out. It's not as cold.
No, yeah, definitely. Um, but like, I don't want to get too deep into what our workouts are, but I guess another general, I guess a generalization of it, right? So I explained how we do like upper and lower, right?
Mm-hmm.
So talking to my friends as well as doing, I say research, but it's just like reading a lot of YouTube videos and then referencing the articles that they would link down below in their descriptions.
Yeah.
And you really got to be careful with YouTube because there's a lot of those fitness influencers that are just kind of spitting BS out at you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really hard to find the ones to trust, you know. And honestly, there's some YouTubers that I watch where they are very open and transparent about steroid use. And I really like that. You know, they're saying, like, listen, it is not feasible to attain the physique that I have without using steroids. And that's just a fact. But, you know, they'll link to articles and give, like, what is it? Like, not nutrition advice, but advice on like things that they've done to kind of work towards their own physique goals, you know, because you can still incorporate these things. And even though they're on steroids, all that means is that the results they're getting are going to be at a much more accelerated pace than yours. And, you know, you're not going to get as huge as them. But that's not what I'm trying to do, you know? And so in the research that I was doing, it was essentially saying, like, don't overwork the muscles. You know, doing 5 bicep workouts in one day isn't going to make your biceps any bigger as if you did 2 bicep workouts in that one workout session. It's all about the quality of the reps and the time under tension, you know. And when I say time under tension, it was like, if you're doing a bicep curl, it's when you go down and then when you're coming up, it's that motion right there where it's not quite locked out and you're not quite like having it all the way up in a rest position. It's your muscles literally under tension. It's where it's most, I guess, how can I say it? Man, I forgot how I was going to put it, but it's where the weight is putting the most resistance essentially on you. And that's like where you optimally, I can't say it. That's where you want to be at.
Okay.
To put your muscle through it in a safe way, but also like that way, once you're done, then it's all about recovery and, you know, putting good things into your body and getting rest. And, you know, that's how you see the fastest and best results. So that's essentially what we've been doing, is each workout that we're doing, each upper body and lower body day, we're only working like a couple core groups of muscles, you know. So our first upper body day is only our shoulders and then biceps and triceps, right? And then each workout or each muscle group that we're doing, we're only doing like 1 to 2 workouts, but you know, we're really giving it our all. And some workouts even have like secondary, what do you call it? Like there's a secondary muscle that's being worked, you know. And you can see all that like on the machines too, which is extremely helpful. But then like on Tuesday, I know we'll do, what's Tuesday? It's like quads and hamstrings, and that's like the main thing. And then it's the Friday workout where we hit calves, and then we'll hit quads again. But calves is the huge thing because I got baby calves. I'm really trying to build those calves.
You don't have baby calves. What do you say? You say you have runner legs?
Yeah, they're like skinny in tone, but they're not. I want them bigger. You know, I want more volume.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, I just have to continue to eat. I need to be in a caloric surplus because I'm not trying to really shred like a big amount of fat off of my body, because I mean, I think I'm already a fairly low body fat percentage, but it's all about gaining volume and giving my muscles fuel to grow, you know. And I'm not by any means like an expert in this, but you know, I need to eat. I need to give my muscles protein to, you know, rebuild bigger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And, if I don't fuel my body on a day-to-day basis correctly, like that's not going to happen.
No, I get what you mean. I definitely have been focusing more on how much protein I'm intaking throughout the day.
Yeah.
Just because I realize I don't eat a lot of meat and I don't eat a lot of foods that have like protein in them.
Yeah.
Usually I like to eat like fruit or salads or toast. And my toast does have like nuts in it, which is cute. So it has a little more protein, but it's still just toast,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not getting a lot of protein throughout the day. So I've been focusing more on like incorporating beans into like what I'm eating where I can, or like chicken. I don't like eating a lot of red meat,
Yeah.
so I mainly eat chicken.
Yeah.
And then also like peanut butter too. I like to have like peanut butter with apples and like on a rice cake, the
Yeah.
cinnamon
Yeah.
rice cake. That is like my favorite snack, especially like before we work out.
Mhm.
I have that sometimes just because I have not eaten like breakfast yet,
Yeah.
and I need like some type of energy to
Mhm.
get me throughout the workout, just because I get really tired, like exhausted
Yeah.
in a good way. It's just like I know if I don't have that energy in my body already,
Mhm.
that I might like do a bad rep, or like my form will be bad because it's trying to compensate for the energy I don't have.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something too that like it's unintentional experimentation, but like we've just been doing things so differently that I've kind of been like taking notice of like when are our workouts really good and when are they, or I guess I can't speak for the both of us, but like when do I feel like I'm at my best? When am I really peaking during a workout? And it's when I don't have a full meal before, but I have like a snack, like a granola bar or a rice cake, like you said, something to just give me a little bit of energy, a little bit of sustenance inside of my stomach, right? So I'm not just working out on an empty stomach. Also having like a full bottle of water, like I'm talking like a hydro flask, like the big 32 ounce, at least that much amount of water, not like right before. I'm talking like as if I've drank that like 2 hours before. I'm like solid. I'm hydrated. I'm good. Ready to sweat it all out. And then another thing too that I wanted to get into was we've started to drink Celsius. Not like frequently, but definitely more frequently than we ever have.
Yeah, I'd say we would drink them like because we haven't had them
Yeah.
like this week, but when we did have them, it was like twice a week.
Yeah. 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 And we'd have those in addition to like the Fairlife milks, which we'll get into that in a little bit once we start kind of talking about what we're trying to do for protein. But I noticed that the Celsius, like, I mean, it's just like a pre-workout. We'd have way more energy.
Yeah, I
And
definitely need that for abs.
I would fly through our workouts and I'd be talking the whole time. I wouldn't really be like, I've noticed you said that like sometimes I'll look like I'm just looking at something and I'm just kind of like wandering. Like my brain is just everywhere. Like I'm honed in on the workout when it's happening,
Yeah.
but when I'm not working out, I'm just like in my own world because I'm tired, I'm exhausted.
No, yeah.
But when we have the Celsius, like no joke, babe, I'm like zeroed in on the workout. When you're doing your set, I'm zeroed in on you. I know right before we were just talking about, like you said that when we're working out, like what are you thinking about? And it's when I don't have like an energy drink or something that I'm like kind of looking around or kind of looking at you and like thinking about stuff. But when I'm on a energy drink, I'm honed in on you and more so just like wanting to talk to you and like just be like, yeah, let's go. Let's get like, let's next set. Come on, let's go. And so, there's like a few key factors that I think not necessarily have to happen, but definitely produce a better workout. And so, you know, energy drinks can get expensive. So, being able to have them every single day, it's kind of cool. And I know people take the pre-workout powder, which is just like powdered caffeine and sugar. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to start having it every day because then I'll build up a very big tolerance, which we already drink coffee. And so, people say they're like, when you do that, sometimes you have to like wean off of it for like 14 days or like even a month and then you can start
No.
cycling again. That way, you know, you don't essentially lose effects because your body will build up a not an immunity but a tolerance for it.
No, I feel that with the coffee. It doesn't make me as alert as it used to.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make me as jittery. So when I first started drinking coffee, I would get so anxious. My anxiety would be like at 100. And I thought I was like my dad. So I was like, damn, like I'm going to have to just drink decaf coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he doesn't drink decaf coffee. I don't know where I got that idea. Um, but I was like, dang, like I really like coffee when I drink it.
Yeah.
And I can't have it because it makes me so shaky. And like, oh my gosh, I would hate it. But I love the way it tastes. And I was like, well, that sucks. I'm just going to have it every day. And and I have had it every day since.
I know you drink
And
coffee every day when you wake up.
yeah, and now I don't get shaky. And going back to like the water that you want to drink before a workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll drink a cup of coffee and I drink like 4 cups of water afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I can't. I'll drink water like first thing in the morning, but I'll drink coffee any time of the day, and I don't really be drinking it in the morning at all. It's dead ass like an afternoon, evening sort of thing for me.
No, I like having it in the morning because it really wakes me up. Not as much as it used to. But
Yeah,
I noticed that, so how I drink water after my coffee,
yeah.
if I drink water before I have coffee, my stomach gets upset.
Mm.
And how you can drink it anytime throughout the day, like I have to be careful when I drink it. Because for one, I won't be able to go to sleep. And then for two, it makes my stomach like feel disgusting.
That's crazy. I could have a coffee right now and go to bed within 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, no, I'd be up until like 5.
That's insane. And I don't see that with me though. I don't know if it's so much as a tolerance as it is like just me being a sleepy person. And
You
maybe
are.
I don't know what that's saying. Like maybe I'm like vitamin deficient or something like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know about any of that stuff.
I don't know why I'm so tired all the time. But um what else was so another thing, so I had mentioned we drank, so my coworkers at the recreation center actually put me onto this, and it was the Fairlife protein milks. And I know a lot of people that I've added on Instagram, when I posted it, that I was like, we hopped on the wave, like a lot of people were like, hey, finally, right? And you know, it's just everybody was on it, and so we had them, and they were honestly they were so good. We got the chocolate ones.
They were
Is
good.
just like chocolate milk. And I know if y'all have had like the lean body or like muscle milk, they are so nasty and thick and chalky. And a lot of protein powders can even have that same effect where it's just really thick and chalky and it doesn't taste very good. And so this one, it just tasted like chocolate milk and it was so good. 30 grams of protein, insane amount. I know people were buying like cases of these. They were like, yeah, I'd have 2 of these. So that way it'd already be halfway to my protein intake, right? I was like, yeah, that's insane. And
Oh, and it only has like 2 grams of sugar.
exactly, yeah. No, they were good. We were really having them for a while, and I mean, we already flew through them.
No, yeah, I liked having them before my 5:30 class
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have time to eat before,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd be in there for 3 hours.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. They're definitely by no means like a meal supplement, but they're in addition to, you know, helping you get to that protein intake that you're trying to get to, which I guess to kind of get more into that, we're kind of thinking now, rather than obviously the Fairlife's, a whole case of them, I think from Costco was like $24. Like that can really add up because there's only
Yeah.
how many? There's like 18 in there. And then split between the 2 of us.
There was 8.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or 9, you mean?
Oh my gosh, you're right. My bad. My bad.
Anyways, so, you know, we really can fly through them if we have those every day, right? So we've been thinking, we're like, you know, we just got to hop on the protein powder wave. And so Marisol actually has like 3 tubs of protein
I do.
in her pantry that have just been pretty much untouched.
Well, not not untouched. I just was trying
Yeah,
them all
yeah.
at the same time. There was a point where I was like, I'm gonna make it a point to have a protein shake every day because I wasn't
Yeah,
eating enough. So I was like,
yeah,
well, let me drink it, you know. But oh my gosh, making a protein shake every day, it's a lot of work,
yeah,
and then you have to clean it, and that's a lot of work.
yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
so
that's
I
the thing
stopped
too.
doing it.
Like, do you want to make a protein shake or just do the easy one where you just throw a liquid in the powder, shake it up, and call it a day?
No, that's what I want to do. The second one.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was talking to my friends. They're like, what do you do? What do you use? And I know one of my supervisors, she was like, I use water. Disgusting. And I'm like, yeah, water with, ugh, no, I'm good. But I don't want to use milk though, because I don't want that shit to run through me, right? Like, low key, I'm lactose intolerant.
Not low key.
Honestly, high key. It was low key, but I can't even handle
It's
2%
worse
at this
now.
point. But so one of my other friends was like, honestly, oat or almond milk he'll use, and he's like, it's pretty
Ooh.
good. And I'm like, ooh, I might have to start getting almond milk, because almond milk is kind of sweet, and I like that. And then with that mixed with the protein powder flavor, hopefully we'll create a concoction in which will taste all right.
Yeah, so my dad couldn't find oat milk for my
Yeah.
coffee. That's what I put in it.
Uh-huh.
So he got me almond milk, and I haven't had almond milk in a while. And you're
Mhm.
right, it is super sweet.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that that's going to be good. This next week, actually, after this recording, we're going to go to Ross and get us some of those shaker cups.
Yes.
I used to have one, but that was like a while back when I was like really on my shit, sophomore, junior year. But we got rid of it because obviously that fell off and I stopped. And I never used them for like protein though. I don't know what I would put in them. I'd make like weird ass smoothies that I didn't really like, but I still chugged them down. And obviously it worked because I was lean. I looked good. But, now we're going to get back into it and we're going to, use, I think you have whey protein
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to use that. It's like 68 grams. I didn't read the fine details. I don't know if it's like 68 grams a scoop, but that's
I think it's a scoop.
insane amount.
Yeah, the scoop's pretty thick.
Yeah,
So we're really gonna have to shake
it's a
that.
chunky boy.
Mm-hmm. I know, like when I would make it,
Hmm.
I would like put the powder after sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like after I put the milk and like the banana, and it would get stuck.
Hmm.
And I was like, damn, this thing is thick. So I started putting it like before, and it would
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I feel like the almond milk, and I think it's like a chocolate whey protein powder, right? And I know you have like
Yeah.
a vanilla, but I really want to hop on that 68 gram one. So I'm just trying to have all the protein.
Yeah, that's the one Richard gave to me.
Yeah, yeah, your brother.
He just had it, and I guess he had gotten another one,
Hmm.
and we had gone over, like my dad and I,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Oh, you're trying protein powder?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he gave me this massive tub.
Yeah, it's a huge tub.
That's the only reason I have it.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm about it because protein powder up front, it's like $70 for the tub.
Oh yeah.
But it's a long-term thing, It's better than paying for the Fairlife milks, which is $24, not as bad up front. But over the course of a month, you'll probably go through 2 of those. So then that's already close to $50, right, with tax. Probably more. And so then, that's going to be way more in the long run because those tubs of protein powder are good for like 200 scoops or something like that, So,
Yeah, I know. There's this little one that I have. It's a vegan protein powder,
yeah.
and I think that was like 30, and it's way smaller than the other tub that I have, the whey protein.
Yeah. Nah, so we're going to hop on that wave. I've been looking at other stuff. I was talking about creatine to some of my friends. Some of my friends take creatine, and it's a really well researched product. I think what it does is it increases muscle volume. Something about like your muscles are able to absorb and retain more water, and so essentially like it makes you look bigger, makes you look leaner. But they're like, it's kind of like once you get off of the creatine, apparently you like kind of shrink a little bit. Not shrink, but like, your muscles lose that water weight, right?
Yeah.
And so then it's easy to cycle back onto it. But it's just a powder, right? But I don't know. I don't think it's for me. So I'm going to try the protein powder. Maybe we might get into pre-workout. We'll have to see. We'll experiment. Because, again, it's kind of like the energy drinks. That can really add up. Energy drinks especially are very expensive when you buy them individually. It's like $2 for a can. and to buy enough to last you like a month, it's much better to buy the packs. But then thinking about that, it's even better to just buy a little tub of pre-workout, right? So it's stuff that we got to think about. We're experimenting, we're changing things up, but I'm super hyped to get this blender bottle and just start going bananas. But yeah, no, I've been seeing results. These changes that we've been making, it's been fun.
No, definitely, especially with the Fairlife milk, because like I said, like I need more protein.
Yeah.
So it's like it was just so easy to drink one of those, and I'm like, damn, I just hit all the protein that I need.
No, yeah, definitely. And I guess like figuring stuff out like that too is I don't want to be calculating macronutrients to be
Mm-mm.
exact. Like, I don't know. That's just not something that I want to do right now. Maybe at some point I'll kind of get into it. But yeah, I'm really just like an eyeball person. Like I know my body, I know when I'll be full. So I'll just be like, hey, I'll grab like a fistful size of like meat and vegetables, and then like that's what I eat. And I have been making a conscious effort to eat more greens, and I have been seeing an improvement in my digestive health. Because of that, I've been eating a lot more vegetables, like ratioed to how much meat I'm eating, and red meat especially. I've been very conscious of that as well. That I eat a lot of beef, and I think that was, for some people it's good, but it was kind of detrimental to my own digestive health. I'd
Mm-hmm.
be TMI, by the way. I'd be very constipated, and it just there'd be days where I wouldn't go. And now I'm at the point where I am having good bowel movements every single day, and so it's because I've tried to be conscious about what it is that I'm eating, and how much water am I drinking in a day, what exactly is it that I'm eating throughout the day. And so I think that's just carried over now into our harder workouts, and I've been more careful about what I'm putting in my body. And I mean, we had In-N-Out today, so it's not like we're going super insane and cutting stuff out. Like we're still having a good time, but like I know one thing that we've done is we've actually made it a point to try and not go out for like fast food more than once a week. And I know we've even gone like a whole week without getting fast food, and then the next week, we'll be like, oh, we didn't have anything last week. Like, let's have something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But another thing too is that like, sometimes it is kind of inevitable. Just, we're cut for time, or like with our families, we're just gonna go out and eat. And then we know that if we've already had fries, we'll really try to not have fries a second time for the week. So we'll also have like a chicken sandwich or whatever it is that we were gonna get, but as opposed to fries, it'll be a side of vegetables, or it'll be like a side salad or something. Like I know we went to Texas Roadhouse recently, and I got a pulled pork sandwich, but instead of getting the fries as I usually do, I got a side Caesar salad. And it's the small decisions like that that really add up over time and make a difference. You're not going to see these immediate changes by making these small lifestyle changes, but in the long run, in this month that we've been doing this consistently, I have seen changes. And so,
Mm-hmm.
it's proven to work. And so, yeah, macronutrients and calculating all that shit definitely is not in the works at the moment. But, being conscious of what it is that I'm putting in my body is definitely happening.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people that count, the calories or
Yeah,
anything like
like,
that.
it's just not good for your mentality.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like a lot.
Uh huh.
So I know, like, if I make it a chore, I'm not gonna be as like influenced to continue that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's going
So
to
I
become a
know,
negative
like,
thing.
yeah, so I know, like, that's why I don't do it, because then I'll view it as something that I have to do, not something that I want to do.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
But definitely, like, just, like you said, swapping fries for a salad or vegetables, it's definitely, like, helped me.
Hmm.
Just, like, also with, like, clarity, I was reading about how the food you put into your body, it really, like, helps not just, like, your mental health, but, like, kind of how conscious you are about
Yeah.
certain stuff. And I've been able to pay attention in class a lot more, specifically my 8 a.m. class, because that was my hardest one.
Yeah.
But it's just like overall helped me stay focused more. And I
Interesting.
appreciate that. And then also, like, just physique wise, I definitely see, like, so what I was working on was just like building muscle, but then, like, um, getting abs. Not like
Mm-hmm.
getting hardcore abs. I'm not trying to be shredded or
You're just
anything
trying
like
to like
that.
essentially like shred some of the belly fat that you
Yeah,
had.
yeah. So that's what I was trying to do. And
Yeah.
even just like the first 2 weeks that we did it,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, damn. Like, she went down a lot. Like, not like a lot,
Yeah.
but enough for me to be like,
We were seeing
she is
progress.
thinner,
Yeah.
And it happened really fast. So it's not like as fast as I was expecting it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no, how was I going to say that? No, I was expecting it to happen like in a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
not as quickly as it did.
Yeah.
So that's why when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like it's working. It's only been like a week or two.
Yeah. No, and I think too we're taking a really healthy approach to it as well. Right? Like I think for my body back sophomore and junior year, I was taking a healthy approach, quote unquote. But I think mentally it was unhealthy because I was restricting myself mentally to a lot of the small, simple joys. Like I mean, I completely cut out any junk food or anything like that. And it was a complete lifestyle change. I went cold turkey on almost everything. No chips, no like pizza if I could help it. No, like nothing fried at all. So like if I went to Chick-fil-A, it was strictly the grilled chicken sandwich and a side salad. And I'd have fries every now and then, but it's like, like that was adding calories, which I didn't mind. And so in my head, I was like, I can like do more because now I got these extra calories to burn. And it
Mm-hmm.
was just like I was going really into it. And even though my body was fine and I was never like tired or fatigued because I was fueling my body, it was like mentally I was like too dedicated to it, and like it became a problem almost, right? So then when my parents, I got in trouble essentially at one point during that time of me being really into that, and I had that essentially had become like a big part of my life. And so as punishment, I didn't play video games or anything like that anymore. My parents were like, all right, like you can't go to the gym. Like that was the only feasible punishment. And I got like hella depressed and just wasn't feeling it. So it just really showed like how much I relied on the gym. It was to an unhealthy amount. And so now I'm like, if I miss a few days or if like you're not feeling well, I'm not feeling well, and we decide to skip, honestly, I could care less because I know that like we're gonna get back into it, and it's whatever. Like we have all the time in the world to dedicate ourselves to our bodies, and we're gonna build them up, and I know we're gonna get there. It's that's kind of the mindset that I have right now.
No, yeah, I definitely see an improvement on your mental health when we go to the gym.
Hmm.
So like that helps you, and that helps me, especially like during school. But also like back to what you were saying about how you were relying on it. Now I see that you're not as stressed to go because before you were like, I need to go. I
Hmm.
mean, like some people like they do, like they need that outlet, but
Yeah.
like you were very stressed about it, and I think that's what was unhealthy.
Yeah. No, definitely, I agree. And so I don't know. It's been very liberating, like mentally and physically. Like we've got into a really healthy routine of fueling our bodies correctly. And obviously we're still figuring that out, but like we've been really taking steps in the right direction. Our workouts have been more intense. I felt more tired afterwards, but we've been recuperating and jumping back into it the next day, feeling great, sore obviously, but not like
Mm-hmm.
dead. And we've been so comfortable with that, and eating essentially like whatever we want but being conscious about it. It's been great. And I feel like the journey that we started, honestly, like at the start of the podcast, when we first started the podcast, that's kind of when we started to really try and like step into our workout journey.
Mm-hmm.
Our original episode, like our fitness journey or whatever, before we had to remaster it, that was over a year and a half ago, it feels like, or close to it. That's when we really started to change things for the better, because that was during the pandemic, and that's when we kind of realized like we're in a place that we need to change things.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're here and things have changed and they're still growing and they're still changing. And it's like, damn, what else is there to come? Like, what are we going to look like 2 months, 3 months from now, by the end of the summer, come the beginning of the school year, like, what's going to happen? I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. For one, like, I get more excited now to go to the gym
Yeah.
because I know we're going to be exhausted afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And like I mentioned before, it was kind of like how we were just going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't as motivated because I was like, oh, I can do it, you know? And
Yeah.
I mean, now I know that I can do it and I can push myself harder and like do more weight.
Yeah.
So it just like makes me more motivated because I don't know, like, am I going to fail today?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to, go past 14, because that's our number. We do
Yeah.
10, 12, and 14.
Yeah.
So it's like, I always want to go at least past like 1.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm barely making it to 14 though, like that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm just like excited. And then with the Stairmaster and the bike, which is what we do at the end of our workouts, kind of like
Yeah.
as a cardio, I haven't felt as like drained.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost like, oh, like I can up the intensity, like how fast I'm going. But it's just like exciting to see like
Yeah.
how much I'm improving and how like better I feel.
No, yeah. That's another thing too that I forgot to mention before we even to like piggyback what off of what you just said. Like knowing that we're improving, like now we've started to take like note in our like own workout journal, just in our notes app on our phones, but it's to like visually see where were we last week and can we push ourselves to another level this week. Being able to visually see that progress and feel it, those two going in tandem with one another, it's just like it's a crazy feeling because like I know that we've been getting stronger, the workouts have gotten easier, but now I'm like, today I just did 104 on lat pull downs for 10, 12, and 14 reps. And, last week I was doing 99 and it's like, I just know that we can push ourselves way more. I mean, even look at leg press. Like 2 weeks ago, I was doing like 280 and what was it? Yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. One of those days, or it might've been yesterday on leg press. I was doing, like 325 or something like that. 324.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, you went up a lot.
isn't that crazy? It's a 44 pound difference,
Mm-hmm.
in the span of a week. And so, it's definitely been improvements and it's been easier now to keep track of like where we're at. That way we can, progressively overload to the point of increasing the fatigue on our muscles, but also, looking forward to the next week and potentially going up, even if it's only by 2.5 or 5 pounds. It's like, an increase is an increase and we're getting stronger.
Yeah, no, definitely. Having that workout journal, I feel like I'm so excited to go up like 5 pounds
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I get to write this down.
Yeah. I just want to add it. Just want to change it.
And that like influences me to do more
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, okay, like, what was it? I think last week I did 180 on leg press, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to go up 5 pounds
Mm-hmm.
just because I wanted to like write that down. It was just so exciting.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could do more, but it's like I don't want to strain myself,
Yeah.
but still going up like 5 pounds. I think like my goal is to go up 5 pounds every week or like every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just seeing that, I get so excited.
No, definitely. It definitely, I think before we started using the workout journal, I would look at like the 2.5 or the 5 or the 10 as like, why am I going to add that? Like, it's not that much more. There's no point in adding it, It was in my head. I was like, if I'm not throwing on a 25 or another plate, I'm just not going to add weight, When I have a completely different mindset, I'm like, more weight is more weight.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the 2.5 on. I'm going to throw the 5 on. Like, I don't care. It's more, and it's more than I did the last week,
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's a little tidbit into, I guess, like, how we've been doing. And a honestly huge update on the Crunch Life episode. Like, that, so much has changed from that episode to now.
Yeah, if y'all could see like, or I guess we can't even see it either because we do it on our notes app.
Yeah.
But if you could see like all the changes that we've made to like our workout routine,
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, like a lot of stuff has changed. The split has changed, and like what we're doing to work out these muscle groups has changed. And I feel improvements coming in. I see improvements coming in. I don't know. It's been awesome. But did you have anything else to add before we close out the episode? Because we're at a pretty good place right now.
Nah, I'm feeling motivated right now, and it's 12 o'clock, so that's it.
Is it? Oh my goodness, yeah. It's almost about that time. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. This was a really fun episode. We just kind of like went into this kind of off of a whim, and it was super fun to talk about it. We hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to follow us on our socials at Live with JM Pod on our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook page. You can find us there to stay up to date on everything that's happening with the podcast, new episode releases, anything like that. And then be sure to leave a review and a rating on your podcast platform of choice. Really helps put us out there on like the podcast directories, like the front page, like, what to listen to. Like that's what'll get us there. And, that's what we want. We really appreciate all the feedback, all the love. And our YouTube channel has actually been getting a little more love. Like we don't have like a crazy amount of listens, but, we've started to get a viewer here and there. And so, that's awesome that people are checking that out. But yeah, did you have any final things to say?
Nah, I think you covered it all. Thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.